Commanders keep, the ones that discuss, the commanders to keep, and the ones to weep over. Old versus new, old versus new, old versus new, old versus new. Hello and welcome to Commanders Keep. I'm your host today, Dan, and I thought I'd continue with our old versus new series to talk about some dragons that shall be burning the grounds and skies and our villages. Oh no! What will it be? Gather the armies, people. Make sure we are ready for this bout of greatness. Hopefully, the men shall not be forlorn and burned upon the battlefield like this poor soldier. Let the bout be ready. Let the dueling mastery continue, as it shall be set forth, and on the magic cards there shall be only one winner in old versus new. Well, what you can tell, other than my ominous intro, would be that we're doing another old versus new today, and we're going to be talking about one of my favourite commander cards, probably one of the favourite commanders I've ever played with. It is Korvold, the Fae-Cursed King, which is a 5-drop for a 4/4 flying, and then it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice a permanent, or whenever it swings, you sacrifice a permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent that you control, it gets a +1/+1, and you draw a card. So, obviously, the idea that with that, you're building either a treasure strategy or a more sacrificial strategy to basically make him so big it's essentially a degree of Voltron, and you're trying to make sure that you crush your opponent as quickly as possible. Now, of course, you see it's a house. It's one of the most well-liked cards. It can be CDH. If we're going to say it's competitive, it's great. It's also for the kitchen table. It can let things basically overrun the field, and you've got a good chance of you're going to be dominating the game. Maybe you be a kingmaker of the game, but not always the case. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you don't have you set up towards it, people will just nerf it, try and destroy it, get rid of it, and it's amazing. It's 4 power for 5. I mean, yeah, ATB, it just works so well with certain treasure synergies and other things. And, you know, treasures are a great thing, or anything that requires a sack outlet. If you use something like a Phyrexian Altar with just a bunch of tokens, you can make your commander absolutely mentally big, and then also have mana to play with and move on forward to make sure that it's the most powerful thing in the game. And I find every time I pull out the deck that I play with, that most of my players at my kitchen table make sure that I have no treasures, no fun, no gleefulness, none of the element that we really want. I mean, it's one of those things that's where we can sacrifice permanence and make sure we get value out of that. I mean, you draw cards from the sacrificing. What's wrong with drawing cards and sacrificing? Anyway, the new contender we're talking about, boom, 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 boom. New contender we're talking about is Korvold the Gleeful Glutton, which in contrast to the 5-drop is now an 8-drop, which is a 4/4, has the flying, trample, and haste bit, but also has a reduction based on each permanent you've sacrificed this turn, reduces the cast cost of it. However, when this deals combat damage to a player, put X +1/+1 counters on Korvold and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents on types in your graveyard. So, with several different types, you've got land, you've got artifacts, sorceries, instants, creatures, different types, enchantments. You know, obviously it's got its place, but it's more sort of a reanimating strategy that would utilize the sacrification of treasures. But it just, to me, it feels like it's a downgrade. We're talking a degree of 8 mana for essentially something that was 5, same static health. I mean, in contrast to the new Atraxa, that was a 7 power. We got an upgrade. We got the same static health and toughness and power for a slightly better. I wouldn't even say like a slightly more interesting sort of tactic where you're kind of playing a game where you're sacrificing all your own stuff to not get the instant value regarding that, and then make sure it comes out and it does stuff depending upon what's in your bin. So there's a self-mill strategy, totally separate card, but I don't know. I have a feeling the winner is, as you can see from the ranting and stuff at the start, that I think the original original commander is the better one. Now, are we all in agreement regarding that? Do you think that I'm entirely wrong or entirely right? I mean, is the OG better? Do you really think that you could agree or disagree regarding this? I mean, obviously, I'd prefer if you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, but more of the comment is where we'll bring the discussion regarding magic, which is what we're wanting. That's what we're needing regarding these videos. Now, I'm done for the day. That's me packing up. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Now, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and obviously help grow the channel. That'd be great. I'm your host today, Dan, signing off.